What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Everybody in the house right now, what's good? We got the Ideal City, William Marino, Don Johnson, Dr. Nesneb, John Spiliopoulos, Dino Mike, K-Bar, Spitzkoff. Man, what's up, everybody? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for hanging out this evening. In tonight's stream, we're going to be talking about all the new releases coming out for this week's new comic book day. And man, do we got a killer list coming up. You know, I was talking about last week, I thought this week was going to be a little bit lighter, but I mixed up the free comic book day release. I thought for whatever reason that was this coming week, but it's next week. It's May 6th. Not whatever the hell this weekend's going to be. But what's good, everybody? Like I said, thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to be going over all of the indie titles first. We're going to be making our way into some of the bigger ones. Then we got DC, and we're going to be wrapping everything up with Marvel. I'm excited to talk about these books. Everybody in the house, what books are you looking forward to this week? Let me know in the chat. Let's see. What's up, everybody? Dr. Nesneb says he's loved the Scotty Young covers lately. I'm a big fan of Scotty Young. I will admit at first, not really my thing, but they've 100% grown on me. Kind of like Peach Momoko's covers, except I really like Scotty Young's, and Peach Momoko's is still kind of hit or miss for me. Let's see. Greetings, Earthlings from Dynamite. What's up? Discord hype got me to pick up the World Tree. Dude, World Tree's solid. I was talking about it. I reviewed it last week. I got cover B, I think. I wasn't able to get one of the kind of misprint cover A's. Not really that crazy of an error, in my opinion. It just basically all came out dark. You can't really see anything. Really interesting first issue. I liked it. I believe in the hype right now. I like James Tynion though a lot, so take that for what it is. Also a big horror fan. It's kind of like what do we call it? Cyberpunk kind of futuristic horror of some sort. I don't know. It was pretty good. I really enjoyed it though. Let's see what else. Yeah, K-Bar, did you read it already? I feel like it's never a light week for you. I mean, it usually isn't. Let's see. I missed anything else? Picking up Here Comes Calico from Sigma. But I was gonna say I definitely didn't see that one pop up on my list. Been on Kickstarter, but finally hitting my LCS. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think Sigma is on. I was gonna say I just want to double check. I don't think it's one of the publishers tonight that I'm gonna be going over, but they didn't pop up. But if it's on Kickstarter, that makes a lot of sense then. I have actually never read anything from Hellboy. I mean, I take that back. I've read some random things here and there, but nothing consistent, nothing from start to finish, really, just some random issues over the years. But if you are new to the stream, everybody, I just want to give you a heads up. I'm going to be going over all the smaller indie publishers first. We're going to be making our way into the bigger ones, and we're going to be kicking that off right now. All right, so we've got a lot of really good books from these publishers. Looks like, I think the thumbnail was 109 books coming out this week. There's a shitload of books. I'm excited for it. KO in the house. What's good, KO? Let's see. K-Bar says, I like Hellboy. It's a lot of fun. Nice art to boot. Is it Mike Mignola? I was going to say, I think that artwork's pretty solid. All right, so I'm going to be going over all of the new releases, anything with a number 1 on it. I'm going to be covering that. I'm going to be going over the ones that I'm going to be getting. And as always, if there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. I'll bring those books up too. So from what I remembered, I don't think there was a ton of brand new ones coming out this week. I think it was a lot of kind of series finale stuff like that. Grim Spotlight, that's just kind of a little one-shot. Let's see. There we go. Blood Moon. Scout Comics, yeah, we'll see if they actually show up. Literati Press, I'm definitely excited to talk about Literati Press. Hopefully you guys have at least heard of them. Let's see. And that is, let's see what that is too. All right, cool. Yeah, Money Shot. All right, so those are all the new ones. And then we'll talk about those a little bit. Trojan. I'm going to bring up Merc Publishing because I feel like everyone always says, oh my God, I can't believe you're not reading anything from Merc Publishing. And well, they never show up in my shop. So there's that. Well, let's see. What else? I heard Pop Scars is really good. So I'll bring that up in case if anyone was reading it. Other than that, I'm not reading any of these. And yeah. All right, we are good to go. Let's see. All right, so the first one, this is going to be a brand new one from Vault Comics. Pardon me. I think Vault, in my opinion, has got some really solid books. They don't always show up in my shop. I really like Vault's horror comics. I forget what they call it. It's like Vault. Let's see if anything actually pops up. Well, I don't want to mess the list up right now, but it's Vault. It's Vault something. And that's usually where all their horror books are coming from. And I feel like they've been all hits. Like, actually, what was it? There's another one from Vault. Door, Night by Night. What is it? Oh, it's like the Nightfall. Whatever Nightfall is, if you guys are looking at that right now, that's kind of, I'll bring it up so a little bit bigger. Nightfall's kind of where all of their horror books are. So I'm guessing it's kind of like whatever Scout Comics was with the Black Caravan. I'm assuming this is a similar situation. Wait, hold on. N1, N2, I don't understand. Has Volume 1 of last year's TMNT been released yet? If you're talking about The Last Ronin, I've got the hardcover for that, so but other than that, last year's Ninja Turtles, I feel like, what is that? That's the ongoing? Because I mean the ongoing, I've got a ton of those too. But if this is the one you're talking about, they got a hardcover out for it, and I wouldn't be surprised if they had a trade paperback either for The Last Ronin. There we go. All right. So, hey, Brazy's Comics and Collectibles. What's good, buddy? KO Door to Door and Trojan. I'm going to be talking about them very shortly. The first one, Money Shot, comes again, issue number 1. This isn't a new series. This is a brand new volume to the series. The XXX Explorers are back on their hands and knees for the good of humanity. When a giant-ass space jellyfish who run the ordered universe arrive on Earth, the porn stars... I like how they spell it, too. The porn stars come science explorers must put away grudges, crushes, and side hustles to once again take 1 or 2 or 3 for the team. Good Lord. Breezy, man, you have to do that. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much for the donation. I know, what a title. No, seriously. I mean, well, look at the covers too. I mean, these are cover C and cover D are polybagged ones. 1 in 100. That's not a polybagged, but yeah, we got a bunch of polybags, and then this is a really cool one, obviously for Infinity. Is that Infinity War, right? Let me double check. Where's Infinity Gauntlet at? Where the hell is it? Oh my God! How? I feel like every time I look for an omnibus on this shelf, I just cannot find it to save my life. And then 9 times out of 10, it's somewhere right behind me. I don't know where the hell that is. All right, either way, well, let me know. That's Infinity War, right? That's the homage to that one. But either way, it's a brand new arc. Takes aim at the dumb billionaires and bad optics, and guest stars a legendary underground comics heroine, new artist Gazelle Legace, puts her sexy spin on the book. Good for her. Yeah, KO, that's what I'm getting at for this one. They got some polybagged, some good old polybag kind of nudity covers. And based on the description, the XXX Explorers and plus, Money Shot, take 1, 2, maybe 3 for the team. So yeah, definitely a book like that. Mark McGrath, what's good, man? Howdy AR and all the fine folks in the chat. Yeah, we started off strong with this one. Coin Collector, what's good, buddy? But yeah, there's that one. I don't know anyone reading this series. If you are reading it, and you like it, let me know what you think about it. But I don't know anyone reading it personally. Another brand new one, we got Blood Moon Comics, Usher of the Dead, The Evil Men Do, issue number 1. This is what happens when a serial killer becomes the target of serial scrutiny. His judgment is swift and harsh, making the deeds of the killer seem tame. Written by Keith Rommel. Keith, my friend, what else have you written? Looks like all Blood Moon Comics. Well, as of late, I should say. The New Ninja Turtles Volume 1. I don't think I know which one. I don't think I know what you're talking about. New Ninja Turtle, unless if there's a new if they're ending the ongoing and starting a new one. I could be wrong. I was gonna say TMNT The Last Ronin was the newest one, but I feel like they haven't ended, or they don't plan on ending the other ongoing anytime soon because they have a big event going on right now, or they're wrapping up that event. Let's see. Yeah, originally, holy shit, it started in 2011. Yeah, it's been going for a minute now. If someone else in chat knows what he's talking about, help him out, because I don't know. The New Ninja Turtles Volume 1. Yeah, I don't think they're doing a new ongoing for that one. But this is everything else that Keith has done. It looks like it's all from Blood Moon Comics. I haven't read any of these either, so I'm not sure how that one's going to be. Hey, Mets fan Barreto, what's up, buddy? Cover looks kind of meh. That's how I felt too. Let's see, and then we got a new one from Scout Comics, Parting Ways. I have ooh, what is this non-stop here? Is this another little imprint that Scout is going to be doing? Yeah, N1, N2. This is, I mean, I guess technically it's a sequel to The Last Ronin, but in reality, it's more of a prequel to The Last Ronin. This is kind of the, well, I mean, it's been out for a long time now. So Last Ronin, obviously, I think it's just Michelangelo that's left. Everyone else has passed away. They were murdered. And it's basically, him getting revenge in that first volume. This volume is kind of the in-between years of what he was doing the entire time post everything that happened. Him getting his training in, him kind of finding himself, and all the other stuff that he's got to do. So while it is technically a sequel, it's kind of a prequel. They Spitzkoff, I'm pretty sure they did. I'm pretty positive they did do a new one for the Saturday Morning Adventures. All right, Space Crime says Nonstop is their imprint where only one issue is released as a normal comic and the remainder of the story comes out in a graphic novel. That's kind of stupid. Maybe? I don't know. You guys let me know. I feel like if you print issue 1 in a regular form, for the most part, these are only going to be like 5-issue miniseries, I think, usually for Scout Comics. They usually don't do a ton of ongoings like that. So to release one in physical form like that, or like a single issue, and then do a graphic novel trade paperback right after that, including issue 1 and the rest, I'd rather just, take the shot on that. Because what is this? How much is this issue? $5? Yeah, all their comics are $5 anyway. So if this is $5, and then, well, they don't have that. Well, let's just find out what a Scout Comics trade paperback. Yeah, let's go to Scout Comics. Let's see. All right. Well, what are we winning? What are we winning? No whammies, folks. What are we getting? 15% off. That was guaranteed. All right. Sorry about that. I just had to have fun real quick. Let's go to the store. Let's see how much their trade paperbacks are. Digital comics, merchandise, marketplace, titles. I don't know. Let's go titles, I guess. Store didn't really seem... Scout Comics, what the... Oh, it's already there. I was like, what the hell is going on? Actually, I read this. Yeah, Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists was a really good trade paperback. I will tell you that much. Yeah, so take this for what it is. This trade paperback is $15, and it's 4 issues. So if they were to release issue 1 for $5, and let's go off the assumption that it's 4 issues just like this series was. $20... So you'd be spending $20 because you bought issue 1 and now you want to read the rest of it. So $20 for that. Or just take a shot in the dark and get the whole thing for $15 to save yourself $5. So either way, you're either going to be, you're saving $5 and potentially you're going to love the series or be disappointed, but you won't be stuck with an extra issue number 1. Odd choice, in my opinion, to do things that way. Now, if it's more than 4 issues, that's a whole different story, too. Then you're clearly going to be getting your money's worth, assuming it's like some sort of like 5, 6, 7 issue, whatever. But I'm not a huge fan of printing issue 1 and doing the rest in trade paperback. Let's see. Good idea if trade paperback is discounted. Yeah, dumb idea if it's full price. That's the other thing. Scout prices each trade paper. Okay, I didn't know that. Hard to gauge. That makes sense too. I did read that series. That one was really good. Scout prints number 1, then a trade if the sales were good. Damn, that kind of sucks. See, it's things like that that make it really hard for me to get into some of these comics for some of these publishers. Because we were talking about one. I don't even remember what the hell it was. It was a while ago, but I totally forgot another issue even came out. Or we were talking about it, I was like, what happened to that series? And we looked it up and they only had like those two issues and they didn't continue on with it. So for me, I'm $5 an issue. Read the first one. Maybe I really liked it or thought it was okay. Grab the second one. Maybe I did really like it. And all of a sudden sales weren't good enough and they just said, screw it. We're not going to be continuing on with it. I mean, I totally get it from their perspective. You're a business. You got to make your money. You got to save your money, spend it however you please. But it sucks as a reader, and that kind of makes me not want to get into some of these series, knowing that it might not continue. To their credit, I've only had good experiences for Scout customer service, so I think they might price it smartly. I wouldn't be surprised. With all that being said, all the slightly negative... See, all that negative stuff I said wasn't directly towards Scout. I really enjoy a lot of the stuff that I have read. That has happened to a lot of other publishers too, not just Scout, but it's happened before. Hey, Henny, what's up, buddy? But anyway, parting ways. It says Gabriella is an immigrant with aspirations of achieving her own American dream. Aren't we all, my friend? Brandon is an army medic with his sights set on becoming a doctor. Let's see. These two optimistic and determined souls should be the perfect match, but doubts and fate confront them at every turn. When each experiences their personal ambitions conflicting with shared dreams, will their love survive? It's a romantic drama that challenges expectations about young love as a unique couple. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. That sounds like a hard no for me. Dynamite pass. I feel you on that. It's got any other covers? No. Then we got Literati Press. All right, so I want to bring up Literati Press because a lot of you may know that I was in the military for 4-ish years, and then, or 4 years, not ish, and then that was all in Oklahoma. So Literati Press, I found out, is actually an Oklahoma-based publishing company, and I don't think they really started popping up, or me at least hearing about them, until I was kind of on my way out of Oklahoma. I've read one book from Literati Press. Let's see if I can let me just try to bring them up. It was like the Devil something. Blackjack Demon. And they did We Promised Utopia. I didn't know that. That's cool. Glamorella's Daughter. I ended up skipping on that one. But yeah, so that was from 2015 to 2017. And that was the one that I never heard of them from then. Just watching Tulsa King. I actually watched that a little bit too. I didn't watch the whole thing though. Let's see. So Blackjack Demon was the one that I read. I only read the first issue because I ended up moving. Yeah, that makes sense. June, then September. Yeah, and then November. That's when I was starting to get ready to move, and I wasn't buying as many comics at that time. I thought it was a good read. I will admit, you can tell they're a little bit smaller of a publisher, and that's no disrespect to them. But it feels very indie comic, and it was not bad either. I wish it would get more love, because it was a really solid read. Now I know damn well my shop will not have this one, but if I can get my hands on it, I'll definitely read it. My shop still has issues of Once Upon a Time when I dropped. Should I grab the singles or wait for a trade? How many issues are we at now? 5 or 6? I'm going to be honest. I love that series. I think it's really well done. I do think the last issue was kind of a letdown, though. So with that being said, you read the first one. You're missing out on probably 4 more, I think, and the last one kind of sucked. I would just wait for a trade paperback. But for this one, Silence only has a cover A. It says, in this extraordinary rock and roll mythology mashup, Johanna Jones returns to her hometown of Anthem, a down-on-its-luck shipping town, to discover the ship her father sailed on has gone missing. She ends up aboard a yellow submarine named the Heart of Gold, headed directly into Hades' hexagon to find the missing crew. That's cool. Accompanied by her childhood best friend, a rich young addict and punk legend. 1 episode in. Yeah, dude, Tulsa King's definitely... It was pretty solid from what I watched. I know a lot of people who watched that and really enjoyed it. There's Silence, and then another one from Scout. This one's Scoot, though. Scoot's one of those imprints, and they are more directed towards children. And from what I've read, because I have picked up some of the Scoot books, they are very meant for children. Because I know I talked about... What was it? The Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur, where I said I definitely wasn't the intended audience for that book, but it still wasn't a bad series. The artwork was fine, and as far as, plot progression, character progression goes, they did a good job with it. The just overall plot and everything with the book is just clearly meant for little kids. But from what I've read from Scoot, like the little imprint from Scout Comics, 100% not for me. Like this one, it says ages 7 to 12, so take that for what it is. I got a few extra years. I'm a little bit out of that range. That one's only got a cover A too. We all live on a yellow submarine. Everyone that's Beatles, I think, right? Yellow Submarine. I'm not. Oh, this one's probably gonna kill you guys, but I'm not a huge Beatles fan. I think Beatles are overrated. I respect the music. I do. I respect it, but just not a big fan of that style. Let's see. Speaking of music, I was thinking of Sum 41 on this one. I read this as Fat Lip. It's Felt Tip. Close. Let's see. Action Tank has been out as a trade. It's actually a fun read, but definitely. Oh, that's cool. At least Space Crime. So Dynamite, I'm using leagueofcomicgeeks.com. They've got everything. They've got a lot more on this website too. And I'm gonna be real with you. I never really perused this website outside of just the new comic book day stuff. In too deep, dude. Sum 41 rocks. I still listen to them on the regular. Nothing. No, I'm actually not an Elvis guy either. I don't know. That whole Elvis ain't bad. I mean, it's not me talking shit on the king here, but I'm more of, I guess I like a lot of stuff. Really rock and roll though, like 80s rock, all the shit that came out the late 90s, early 2000s, the emo music. You know, I still listen to that emo music hardcore. It was not just a phase. I'll tell you straight up, it was not a phase. I mean, I dabble in a lot of rap too. Mostly early 2000s, like early 90s stuff for rap. Most of the modern stuff is pretty bad in my opinion. There's actually nothing about Felt Tip, so other than it's an $8 book, so take that for what it is. From Strangers Fanzine. I don't know what Strangers Fanzine is either, but it looks like they have a lot of stuff. Uh-oh. RG14, man. I wish I was still 14. I wouldn't have any responsibilities. He likes Slim Shady. Dude, yo. Hey, is there really anybody out there that doesn't like Eminem? Now, modern, like current day Eminem's a whole different ball game. But, you know, OG Eminem, that's legit right there. Let's see. Bangers for sure. I play them at work all the time. The younger kids get annoyed. Dude, yeah, Good Charlotte, Blink-182. Oh, I swear to God, that's like. Let me look at the one playlist that I always keep up. I use Spotify. What is it? The Upside Down playlist from fucking Stranger Things. They always pick like the music that I like. The first one that popped up today. It goes My Chemical Romance, Marilyn Manson, Fall Out Boy, Rise Against, Blue Oyster Cult, Coheed and Cambria, The Clash, Offspring, Slipknot, Blink, Rise Against, Linkin Park, and then Beastie Boys. So that's the type of shit I listen to right there, if that helps at all. All right, let's see. Wu-Tang is absolutely forever. AR cries when listening to Everest. Yo, what was it? That song. I don't remember how it goes, but I still picture the music video. I remember watching it on MTV back in the day, where it's like "Wake me up," and then they're all just screaming, and yeah, dude, I'm crying in the background, going like that. Oh yeah. Oh, Pearl Jam, absolutely. Never been much of an Eminem fan. It's I get if you don't like the songs, but man, those lyrics, the way that he just fucking rhymes stuff, it blows my mind. Tool's good too. Joy Division, Bush. Oh, dude, good ones. All good ones. Bone Factory. Eminem's from my hometown's grandma's crazy. Dude, the whole family's probably crazy. 3 Days Grace. I'm sure 3 Days Grace is probably in there. Was it that one random song? Well, they got a couple good ones to me. Oh, that Wake Me Up song. Oh, it was in the old Daredevil movie. That's probably why you mentioned can't watch Ben Affleck Daredevil. Oh, I totally forgot that was in there. Might need to rewatch that one. Oh man. All right. Back to some boring ass autobio trash. This is a new comic book coming out, by the way. It's a 44-page Sharpie and highlighter zine of daily comics from Heather Lowe's. Learn about her deteriorating mental health, watch her watch TV, and other pointless bullshit. An amazing Technicolor scramble, raw and fun. That is an odd one for sure. Let's see. Shinedown, it's funny. We were actually talking about Shinedown the other day. Shinedown to me is just... I throw Shinedown in like the hinder category, where they have like one song and it's super overplayed, and that's like it. But I know Shinedown's much better than Hinder. I'll put it that way. I know that. Do I think it? Not really, but I know they are. Mainly because I think I have a friend that's... I got a friend, I think he's a huge fan of Shinedown. I always give him shit for it. What was it? It's Shinedown, and he likes... There's this one other band that he loves that does a ton of covers, and I always make fun of him. This one, though, Door to Door, Night by Night, issue number 5. This is written by Cullen Bunn. I'll tell you guys what. If you guys are a fan of horror, Cullen Bunn always kills it on horror books. He to me is almost like a guaranteed pickup. If I see a book that's designed to be horror, like this one, Door to Door, Night by Night, I'm looking at this cover, like, okay, it looks a little creepy. It's by Vault, and Vault usually does pretty good on their horror books, in my opinion. And then I see Cullen Bunn's name on it. It's almost a lock that I'm going to be picking it up, and here's why. Let's see. Boring's in the title. Yeah, that's why I kept thinking. What was that one Shinedown called? The one that got all the radio play. It's probably Devour. They also used it on MTV's what is it called? Oh my god, The Challenge. It was one of the intros on The Challenge. And yes, I said The Challenge because I used to be obsessed with that show. Let's see. Boring, no thanks. Yeah, I was going to say, Boring's literally in the title. How do you want me to pick this one up? It said a mix-up of Sharpie and highlighter, and the title's like boring-ass book or something. I mean, you're not really doing a good job selling me on it. I'll put it that way. Bunn is Mr. Horror returning to Marvel. Is he returning to Marvel? I did not know that. That is very exciting. Is Vault the published that has a lot of ones for free to read? That I don't know. That would be really good to know, because then I would hop on a lot more of their stuff that I have like a free opportunity to read it. Oh, I didn't even know Shinedown had a new album. Good for them. But let's take a quick little peek at all of the books that our boy Cullen Bunn has done. You know, even for Marvel, Absolute Carnage Scream, that's pretty well written. I did not read After Dark. Army of Darkness is always awesome from Dynamite. I'm a big fan of that one. I will say I haven't read a lot of his Marvel stuff. I will put it that way. Basilisk started so strong, and I loved it. I thought the concept was great. The artwork was awesome, and then all of a sudden, I got so fucking bored of that series, and I don't know exactly what it was, but there was just a point in the series where I stopped caring. I was like, this has got to end. You've got to do something. We're going in these random ass plots now, and I'm not really enjoying any of it. I don't remember how Basilisk ended, and I feel like they ended it with a Volume 2 setup, and I can promise you I won't be picking it up. Let's see. Cullen Bunn has 12-issue series coming out from Dark Horse. Ooh, that'd be nice. Return of the Living Deadpool was pretty good. I think it was Bunn. Oh, he did do a lot of Deadpool. He did the Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, and I think he did the Volume 2 of that one. Those were both awesome. I enjoyed those series. I'm sure we'll find that in a few minutes going down. Capsule, I felt exactly the same about Basilisk. Yeah, dude, I don't know what it was. It was like such an awesome concept, and then I feel as though it was supposed to be a limited series, and then it got moved to kind of a little maxi series, and they went a little in depth with just one character, basically one character only, and I was over it. I didn't think it was good. I mean, my dude over here, he did Bloodborne, Lady of the Lanterns. That was a good one. Let's see. Bite Size was actually a really fun series from AWA. And he just wrote The Cult of That Wilkin Boy. Oh man, yeah, dude, he's got good shit. Cyberpunk 2077, if you're a fan of that. Yeah, there it is. Here's all the Deadpool stuff. Deadpool Mercs for Money, a whole bunch of more stuff. Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe, does it again. Oh, and Illustrated was really good too. Deadpool vs. Carnage was cool. Deadpool Secret Wars. Oh man, yeah. Dude, Cullen Bunn's got so many good ones. Foulness in the Walls was a solid one. What else did he do? That's cool. He's going to be featured on the Red Sonja new comic book day. Oh, and he did the Darth Maul series from Marvel. Wow. House of M? He's legit. I like Cullen Bunn a lot, and it's still going. And he did that Moon Knight series too. I don't know if he did the Moon. I didn't know he did this. I thought it was somebody else. I guess it was Cullen Bunn. No shit. I thought somebody else did that series. Oh, I might be thinking of the wrong one. Let's see. I gotta get back to some of these. I'm sorry, guys. I just was like admiring all of the stuff that he's done that I've really thoroughly enjoyed. Shadow Man's solid. Shock Shop was great. Like I said, the Darth Maul series was really cool. Harrow County, I haven't read all of them, but from what I've read, I really enjoyed. Superior Carnage was cool. Let's see. Yeah, wow, the list is going on. I read some of that Venom series. Web of Venom Funeral Pyre was good. Man, Cullen Bunn's legit. Let's see. Put him back on Deadpool. Oh, dude, I'm, Henny. As much as I'm enjoying that Deadpool run, if Cullen Bunn was like, hey, let me back on that Deadpool, I'd be totally cool with it. I'm sorry, Alyssa Wong, but that's Cullen Bunn. He's like killed it in all the Deadpool stuff that I love reading. Six Gun was dope. Oh, which one was Six Gun? I've heard of that. Oh, and he did that Carnage one, the Minimum Carnage. I forgot about that. Lamentation, that's a new one coming out from Oni Press. I think I'm going to be covering that one today, actually. So, another one. Warren Ellis started. Gotcha. I definitely was thinking of Lemire's Moon Knight run. I mixed the covers up. Hey, Steven, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, Welcome Boy was really good. Bone Factor. Oh, you had an opportunity to meet him? That's so cool. You know, Kale, that is a hot take, and that is one that I might be willing to agree with that. I don't have Tiny and stuff up right now, but from the stuff that I've read from start to finish, I feel like I've thoroughly enjoyed Cullen Bunn's stuff a lot more than James Tynion. And James Tynion has really good ideas and he's got great concepts, but I'm not sure a lot of it is always followed through and the outcome is something that I like really enjoy. That's not to take away how good of a writer he is too, because he's also up there now in the horror echelon of greats in my opinion, but I don't know. That's a tough one. Let's see. The Empty Man. All right, gotcha. Bunn comes to Kansas City every year. Oh man, and here I was down in Oklahoma. I never made a trip up to Kansas City. That I will agree with, Mark. See, that's what I'm saying. I have a hard time kind of comparing the two because they both write really good shit. But I think that's a better way to say it. I think Cullen Bunn is a lot more consistent. I think when I talk about a Tynion book, I'm like, oh yeah, it was okay, or I either really like it or I probably didn't like it. Like the Department of Truth, it's had its ups and downs. Nice House on the Lake, I don't think it was that good. I think it started off great and it just kept fizzling out towards the end. Then they moved it into another volume and I was a little turned off by that. Did not like The Closet at all. The Blue Man is just okay. Or the Blue Book, not the Blue Man, the Blue Book. So I feel like there's more of me saying I think his books are all right or I think they're okay than like, damn, yeah, it's a must read. You got to check that one out. But at the same time, Tynion also has Something is Killing the Children. And that's arguably my favorite series that's on the market right now. So that's tough. That's a tough conversation. We could go back and forth on that one for a while. But this is him right now. He's look. Oh, I was gonna say, can I bring the picture up big? I was gonna say that he's looking at your chat right now, like, come on, man, you really gonna compare me like that? I'm the master of horror. But no, it'd be cool to have a conversation with him one time or someday. Space Crime. Why'd you love The Closet? Maybe I gotta reread it or something. I didn't think it was good at all. Stuckman has a good review for the movie. Might have to reread it, but I read the first issue and I did not think it was that good. And then the second one, I was like, all right, it still ain't that good. And then I realized it was only a 3-issue series and I thought, ugh, it sucks. Let's see. Department of Truth is all about a dope concept and crazy art for me, but it's too much dialogue for, yeah. So my take on the Department of Truth is I see, what was it? I see Kaiser with it lost you on the Bigfoot issues, and I kind of agree with that. There was a moment in that series where I actually really didn't even remember what the main plot of it was. It was just constant, these random ass side issues thrown in. It felt like, to me, it kind of felt like, I don't want to make this comparison to Grand Theft Auto, like the video game, but for those of you who play video games, and especially Grand Theft Auto, you know how you have main missions and you've got a shitload of side missions. The Department of Truth, to me, seemed like such a great concept, like Grand Theft Auto, and who the person writing it is just constantly doing side missions for the entire series. That's all it is side missions, and you're kind of forgetting what the main point of the game was at that point, because that's all you're doing. You're not really keeping up with the main stuff, and you just kept going like that. You did the alien issue, you did the Bigfoot issues, I think you did Mothman, you did something that was in Texas, I think, another side stuff. Those couple random issues that had the different art where, I forget who the character was, but he went into like the library to look through the archives. Like there was, the journal entries. That was so stupid to me. But it really went off track for a long time. And I think that killed a lot of people for what their thoughts were on the series. So I guess X-Files is a good way to think about it, but at the same time, X-Files, I know at least with the earlier episodes, that show definitely needs a rewatch. I don't think it really followed a real big main story besides like a lot of, kind of a lot of conspiracies, like a lot of monsters, a lot of ghosts. Like they did that type of shit for every single episode, and that was the point of it. There's a point to the Department of Truth, and they're not really hitting it. I mean, lately they have gone towards it, but for a long time, a lot of those issues, they did go more of an X-Files route where every issue was kind of different, or every 3 issues was kind of a different little mini arc. So, kind of, Yeah, good call, Kaiser. Truth is out there. That's the whole thing I want to believe. See, that's the thing, Spitzkoff. GTA does have great side missions. That's why I said I don't know if I really want to compare it to that, but I feel like that's what I always did in Grand Theft Auto. I always went straight to the side missions, and then I just saved the main ones for later. Triple B, what's up, buddy? K-Bar, gotta disagree. That's a good take, though. See, I do like the series. That's the thing. I do like the series, but I've always talked about it. I totally understand the people who don't like the series for that reason. I don't think all of it's landed, but I think a good chunk of it has. I don't recall the Bigfoot issues too much, but I think I like the Mothman one. I love the alien issue. The alien issue is my favorite one of the series so far. But other than that, yeah. Hey, Henny, they talked about the Denver airport, I think, in the Department of Truth. Pretty positive they talked about that. John Dayton, where can you watch on Netflix? Is that true, Mark? Disney Plus, it's on there. Cause that would be dope. I was gonna say KO. I love the X-Files too. That was a great show. I used to watch it all the time growing up. I think in college I gave it a rewatch. So it's probably been like 8 years since I've watched that show. So it's definitely due for a rewatch. Yeah, especially K-Bar, especially recently. I was gonna say I'm pretty positive once they kind of went back onto the main plot, that's where it was. Thought it was on Hulu. See, I don't know. That might be. I might have to check that out later. Disney owns all the Fox stuff. Wish they would put Millennium. I remember Freevee has X-Files. If Millennium is the X-Files movie with the red and black cover, I remember going to the theaters with my dad to watch that, and man, I'll tell you what, I was so excited. So this one's a little bit about me. I'm telling you. Then we're gonna get back to these comics. I swear. Uh, so I was so excited to watch that movie. I was, little tiny AR. Love the X-Files. Loves conspiracy stuff. Loves watching everything that came up on Sci-Fi. And my dad took me to the movie theaters. And I don't think my parents really liked to take me to the theaters when I was younger, because I'll tell you what, as soon as those lights dimmed, I was out. My dad said I slept for that entire movie. I used to sleep through the movies all the time, and I'll tell you what, I still do. Every time it comes, like it's late at night and I put a movie on, I am out. As soon as I hit that couch, my head hits a pillow, I am done. So every time everyone always says, "Oh, you haven't watched that movie yet?" Man, I'll tell you what, I tried. I'll put it that way. I tried watching that movie, but it did not work out in my favor. So that's a little thing about me. That's why I don't keep up to date with everything, because I fall asleep for everything. Waste of $7. I'd be pissed if I'm telling you. I always wanted to go to the movies. I don't think they like taking me because I always slept. My grandma would always tell me, she'd take me to go see Pokemon. She would take me to go see all of those Disney movies from like the mid 90s, early 2000s. She would take me for all of them. And I would fall asleep for probably 8 out of 10 of those movies. And I'd wake up and my grandma would be sitting there. She'd just be watching the whole thing. And you fell asleep again. Oh, man. What a time. What a time. All right. So we talked enough about Colin Bunn. Moral of the story, it's a good-ass series. I only read the first couple of issues. My shop didn't get the rest of them. All right. Moving on to this turd of a publisher, Whatnot Publishing. We got the Exile #3 coming out. Let me catch up. Millennium was the show. Oh, gotcha. What was the movie called? Oh, it was like X-Files 2001 or something? 2000? Was it something like that? I don't know. But whatever had the red and black movie cover. That's the one. Here we go. So I will say the series isn't bad. Andrew Ryan Bailey. Yeah. Whatnot is sour. I have a sour opinion of Whatnot, and I know it's not everybody's opinion, but I don't have, in my opinion, a very positive experience with them, and I don't know. I see your comment, Henny. Most YouTubers are pushing Whatnot hard as fuck. It's true, they really do. But I kind of have a sour opinion on them because I did my own sales. I did sales for the shop, and I feel like I started selling kind of before they were a little bit bigger, and I could never get a hold of anybody. I always got told, "We'll look into it. We'll do this. We'll sponsor this. We'll do this." And it was all lies. It was like almost never followed through. Could never get a hold of anybody. And then I just see the things that Whatnot does, and I see the exclusives that they used to push, and they don't push them nearly as hard anymore. So I'll keep it that way. But like I said, we're not going to get into my opinion because it's just my opinion. There's people out there that love it, but it's just, I don't know, got a sour taste. Bets on how many variants for that new book. I will say though, Kaiser, I am really looking forward to that book because that is written by not only him but my buddy, Fire Guy Ryan. I don't know if his real name. Oh, he wrote a fucking comic, so his real name's on it. I don't like saying people's real names unless if I know they're cool with it. But Fire Guy Ryan on Instagram, he's a big horror fan, and he's been talking about this book for a long time, Crashdown, and I'm really excited for them. I really hope it's good. And I even said to him, I said, "Man, you guys really had to do it with Whatnot." Obviously, they're going to do it with Whatnot because Tom is he's very in with Whatnot, so it makes a lot of sense. But I hope the best for them. I really hope. I hope it's a very, very successful comic, and I hope it's really good. I have faith because Fire Guy Ryan also says that Comic Tom is also a huge horror fan. So two buddies writing a comic together, both really big horror fans, both really big in the comics. It's got a very positive recipe for it, and I'm sure the artist is going to be great. I'm sure the covers are going to be cool. So I hope, Yeah, Fire Guy Ryan's got great opinions. I hope they absolutely knock it out of the park. I hope this is the beginning of something very special for them. I really do. So let's see. Bone Factory. What not did that to your dog? Now the rumor is out there. Well, when you say that, like seeing that, it says Whatnot shafted Bueller. Whatnot did this to my dog. What is that? That's like the SpongeBob episode with the big, what was it, that big worm, the Alaskan bullworm, when they're all sitting in the Krusty Krab. It's like, oh, he did this. Oh, he ate this. That's what I'm thinking of with Whatnot right now. I'm complaining. It's like, oh, Whatnot shafted him. Whatnot did this to my dog. Nah. Let's see. Let's go back and read some of these. Whatnot is a gimmick. Whatnot is a gimmick. I think it is. I think it is a good sales site. I really do. I think there's definitely really good salesmen on the website. But you just really have to know what you're getting into with some of them. If I'm just gonna put it this way, if you're in an auction, in the comic auction with like 100+ people, and there's a dude telling you that this book is super exclusive and holy crap, it's the greatest thing ever, it's probably not. It's probably not the greatest thing ever, and it's honestly probably not that exclusive. But hey, to each their own, and that's why this hobby is awesome. So my thoughts on the Exiled is that I thought the first issue was interesting. Hey Blair, what's going on, buddy? We're talking about the Exiled, and then we got a couple more before we move into Image and Boom Studios. So I thought the first issue was interesting, and I didn't think it was that great. It was an interesting concept. I think if I can remember, I found like 3 grammar errors in there, and I thought that was actually a really big deal to me. Not saying that I'm some grammar Nazi and that I'm like, I don't know. I'm not that good with grammar, I'll put it that way. But so if I can catch it, that means that I'm sure a lot of other people can catch it, and that might mean there's a little bit more there too. So that was kind of a turnoff, or maybe it was the second issue. Either way, the second issue really wasn't that great. But I really liked how it ended, and it kind of ended in a different way that I was thinking it was going to. And it's not really a spoil, but it says it right here. As he gets close, he's been tracking. He learns the aliens among us have been here for thousands of years, infiltrating into the highest positions of power. So it kind of went from some like serial murderer out there to aliens, and then aliens living among us. So it kind of changed my thought on where this series was going. So I'm interested to see how this third issue is going to be. But if I kind of leave this third issue like, I was just okay again, absolutely done with it. But as always, the covers are sweet. I will say that much. Whatnot usually has some really good covers. Like this 1 in 25 incentive. Whether you like Whatnot or you don't, it's a dope-ass cover. I love the homages that they do. We are starting a Victims of Whatnot support group. Whatnot stole my girlfriend. Yeah, I had to live and learn with Whatnot. Definitely have a short box of exclusives I don't care about because of that. Well, you can't be, how do I want to put this? That sounds right. So it's not really, I don't want to say it's not really your fault. Yes, obviously you should have been a little bit more aware of what the book was, maybe the number behind it, the actual series itself, who the publisher is. These things are all, things that you need to take into consideration when you're purchasing a book, when you're purchasing something like that. As a buyer, you need to be aware of, what you're spending your money on. The problem is that this is why I say a lot of the people who buy the books, and everyone always makes fun of those people. You see it always on Instagram. You see it in chats. You always say, oh my God, I can't believe they just sold this for that. I can't believe they're spending this money. When you have something in front of you that is, say I'm the seller. If I'm telling you that this is extremely limited, this is extremely hard to get, I have this. Nobody else has this besides me. And I'm just telling you right now that once these are gone, they are gone. That's obviously going to get some jimmies rustled. People are going to be excited about that. They're going to say, I want that. I want that because nobody has that. But the problem is when you see multiple other sellers saying the same things, having the same things, you're all of a sudden, you feel like you've been duped. You feel like you've been lied to. It's like, no. This isn't true. I have that book because the guy told me that no one else has this book. Well, joke's on you because they do have it. Those people have multiple copies. And the other problem is that you don't know if it's a limited quantity. What if they printed out 100 and 50 of them are fucked? They can print another 50. They can print another 100. They can print out 100 and give them to 3 different people and say there's only 100 of them. You can't, it's one of those things. FOMO is the FOMO is a big one. But that's what I'm saying is the FOMO is created by the seller. It comes down to the buyer knowing what you're getting yourself into. But I think the problem is, and the problem that I've personally seen on, some of the auctions, not everybody, because like I said, there's a lot of good sellers on the app too. It's that they're deceiving you. They're deceptive in their words, and that they're trying to sell you something that isn't exactly what it is. And I think you could arguably make the case that you were actually lied to on some things, and not for every single thing. But I think that you could make a point that what you in earlier days of whatnot, like I said, not recently, but I think you could make a case that what you paid for isn't exactly what you were told you were buying. Henny, the World Tree misprint is probably only $10 on eBay now. I could be totally wrong. But I know, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to look at it together. Was it? Is it ones? I don't even know. It's threes. Let's see what it's selling for. $20, $9. New listing at $9, $10. Yeah, don't be fooled by this crap. This one's got 0 bids, new listing. 4 days left, $70. You're off your shits, man. Yeah, you can get this for like $10. Don't fall victim to that crap. Let's see. People just got to be aware when they are getting the hard sell. That's true. And that comes down to everything, used cars, house, things that you buy. You need to be aware of what you are putting your money into. So that's why I want to say it obviously comes down to the seller or the buyer being aware of what they're buying. But the seller, they're a seller. That's what they are. They're selling you a product. You have to do your due diligence in knowing if what they're telling you is true or not. That's what it comes down to. Let's see. About to be 1 bid. Look at this sold. See, that's what you gotta do. When you're on eBay, you always gotta look at the sold. I just wanted to see what was available. I heard some of the reprints sent that are damaged. Second prints of World Tree have issues as well. High grade might be valuable. Valuable of covering to economics and comics. Oh, did he cover that? Hey, Alan, what's up, buddy? They all use the same phrases that they use on my Tinder profile. Don't miss out. When it's gone, it's gone. Oh, goodness. All right, next up, Trojan. This is a series finale. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is a stinker of a series. I don't think it's that good. It pains me to say it. I love AWA. Probably my favorite publisher outside of Image. This one's just not it. I don't think they did a great job with it. I don't think the story's all there. I think there's too much going on, and we're suddenly at the final issue, and not enough happened. So yeah, I'm obviously continuing on with it. It's on my pull list. I just want to see how it ends. Let's see I'm telling you, the comments here are usually gold, too. Next week, we'll find out what Nessa's plans will be with the help of the now regenerated hacker to escape the clutches of that cruel being that imprisoned. That's a weird comment. Either way. Let's see. I got 2 new printings of World Tree, one for $3.99 with no damage, most for damage. Nice. Yeah, so $20, and if you look at it, I'd be willing to bet money that the $20 that it sold for was probably at the very beginning when a lot of people were probably hyping it up. Now I'm not reading this, but I always like to bring up Merc Publishing now because it might be Mark, I don't remember, but I know there's somebody that's always in chat that's like, Merc Publishing! And I'm always on the sideline looking at it like, I'm sure it's good, man. But they never, my shop never gets this type of stuff, although I did notice that they've been getting whatever that other really popular one was. The shop started getting the later issues for it. I was like, how? I've never seen this here before. Now we start talking about, yeah, Born of Blood. That's the one. I started seeing all these late issues pop up for New Comic Book Day, and I'm like, no, you guys didn't have these earlier issues. I'll tell you what. Trojan would be okay if they explained why people hate and snuff the fairy tale people. Yeah, it just kind of, that's what I'm saying. There's so much going on, and we don't know anything about anything. It's like there's a lot happening and nothing happening at the same time. That's how it feels to me. Trojan was a good idea for a long series, maybe like 8 to 10 issues, but I don't think I would have been interested in 8 to 10 issues of that series no matter what. The whole fantasy stuff, I just don't really care about. There's other covers for this one. Some nice covers for this one. All right. Moving on, we got Sumerian Pop Scars number 2. I only brought this up because I remember somebody just commented that Pop Scars 1 was really good. But I'm not reading it. Trojan fizzled out. I gave up after issue 2. I wouldn't even say that it started off strong. So, to me, with Trojan, I loved the first issue. Well, I don't want to say I loved it. But it was a very kind of good, we're seeing our main characters. There's something weird going on. Clearly, the regular human population does not like these mythics. I think that's what they call them in that series. We don't really know why. They just don't like them. They're sent to the outer rim of whatever community, and most of them are killed off anyway. But then all of a sudden, you get that massive plot twist at the very end after the main character kind of laid out her entire story. The problem I had with that was that entire story was a lie, and that there's an entirely new story in the second issue. So it's like, okay, everything that was built in the first one wasn't actually true. So therefore, did that first issue really matter at all besides Nessa meeting the hacker? And then the third issue I thought was extremely boring too. I don't know. It's just not really doing it for me. But that is all those indie publishers. Let's take a gander at Image and Boom Studio. Is there Skybound? I think there's Skybound this week. There's no Skybound this week. I thought there was. Nope, no Skybound. Bring up Boom Studios too in the meantime. Let's see. By the Horns is a better. Oh man, I keep hearing about good things. I keep hearing good things about By the Horns, and I've never read it. Nothing. When I see Medusa had wings and legs. Oh yeah. So I saw that like, oh sweet Medusa, and then I thought about it. I was like, is this actually supposed to be Medusa? I don't know what they're going for with this right now. And I guess it was cool to see. So here's my other problem with it. I think it was the last issue where they kind of broke out of that prison cell, but she stayed in because, she's trying to, she's trying to make it to the head honcho because she's trying to get her revenge. But they break out, and I think if I can recall correctly, she's like on the sideline, like, yeah, go do it, go make it out alive or whatever. And they all got slaughtered. And she's still just chilling in there like, oh. I don't know what to tell you guys. Hey, Dr. Cosmos Lab, what's up, buddy? Damn, everyone keeps saying By the Horns is fun. Now, I know that one has a trade paperback. Hey, so let's take a peek at this. We're obviously going to bring up World Tree because that's the conversation that we just had. I don't think I'm caught up in Grimm. I think I'm missing like 2 or 3 issues now. I'm going to be getting that one. I'm also an issue behind of The Ambassadors. I'm still waiting for my shop to get my other copy of it. I guess I could just read it online. Behold Behemoth. I thought that came out already, but I could be wrong. I'll bring up Local Man because I heard it's really good. Plush. Plush is awesome. bring up Kea because it's a new arc. A couple of these other ones. Some good ones this week. Brand new series and torrent. Wow, some good stuff. Wow. Holy shit. Somebody said earlier, Image is about to kill their Walt this week. I didn't realize how crazy it was. Isn't this the last issue? It is. Did I skip over? Oh, I didn't add it. Might be. It is the last issue. And I think that's it for these other ones. Yeah. All right. Getting Vanish, but heard bad reviews on this issue. I'm not reading Vanish anymore. Donnie Cates, Ryan Stegman. I'll bring it up to look at the covers. But Donnie Cates, Ryan Stegman, they're always a great team. I always a good team. But the covers are always good. The first issue is the only one that I've read. I think I have the first two, but I don't know. I get burned. I don't want to say I get burnt out on Donnie Cates' stuff, but I know what's going to happen. Not that I know the story, but I know it's always just going to be crazy shit happens, and that slows down, and then whatever they build up to, if they even build up to something, it gets rushed, and then it moves into the next arc. It's the same thing for every damn series I read from him. It happened with that one crossover. It happened with Crossover. It happened with Venom. It happened with, from what I read, with Baby Teeth. I only read the first hardcover for that one. I'm trying to think of some of the other stuff that he's recently done. All I got to do is click on his name and we can, figure that out. Let's see. Thor, don't even get me started on Thor. That has been an atrocity of a series, in my opinion. But yeah, just going down this, Absolute Carnage was probably my fault for not really enjoying it too much because I read all the tie-ins and I thought the tie-ins were fucking terrible. But Baby Teeth, I really wasn't a fan from what I read of Baby Teeth. I did not like Crossover. Carnage, Black, White, and Blood was decent. Cosmic Ghost Rider was good. I will say that. Cosmic Ghost Rider was good. Let's see. I didn't read that series. God Country I heard was really good. I'll say that. Hulk was terrible. Now, Hulk vs. Thor, Banner of War, I like that a lot more than the Thor series and the Hulk series combined. Let's see. Have the first trade paperback of Vanish. It's not bad. Hot Mustard Gas, man. I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope you're doing well, buddy. Dynamite says he heard Cates might be taking over for Daredevil. Man, I don't know what's going on in Cates' life. I know he's off all of his Marvel shit, and people keep saying, like, I wonder what's going on with Donnie Cates. I mean, he's still writing Vanish. I mean, it's not like he just magically disappeared. He's putting out a comic book. He just isn't doing fucking Marvel. Let's see. Crossover. Oh, you liked it? I didn't like Crossover. Now, I heard it got a lot better. I stopped reading at the first arc. That is what I will say. I wish I continued on with it for that next arc where some villain was killing off all of the writers. I heard that was really good. But the first arc, I didn't like that. They could have done so much more with it, and I thought it was all a letdown. Did not read the Ghost Rider. Oh, I think he was a head-on Vanish. Oh, that would make a lot of sense then if he's a head-on Vanish. But I kept thinking about that. He's clearly still putting out Vanish. But you could also think of it this way, Mark. At least this is my take on it. If he's ahead on Vanish, why couldn't he be ahead on Hulk? There was only a few issues left when Ryan Ottley took over. I'm sure he could have at least wrapped up a few things in Thor to let a new writer take over instead of just kind of passing it along. And I think did someone mention the Guardian series? Oh no, Ghost Rider. I didn't like that Guardian series either. Let's see. The One You Feed. I never read that one. Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider was alright. Silver Surfer Black was alright. The Thanos series was just so fucking good, though. Web of Venom Carnage Born was good. Web of Venom Nam was good. The Web of Venom shit was always really good. I think... Oh, no. Dr. Cosmos, the one that he wrote, this one from 2019. But yeah, so I mean, it's not like he's got good shit. But I just know going into it how it typically is, at least for Marvel. He hypes something up crazy, fizzles out a little bit, then it's a rushed end of the arc to start the next idea. I think personally, his best work all comes from miniseries and kind of one-shots. He's got a self-contained idea, and he can do it exactly how he wants to do it. I think that's his best work. And every time that I see a Donny Cates one-shot or miniseries, it's a must pick up to me. Because I know he's got just condensed idea that's a start to finish. Let's see. Hot Mustard Gas, I'm in agreement with that. I'm also in agreement. I also agree with Henny on that one. I don't know. It probably wasn't much if I had to take a guess. I think the dude's life completely fell. That would be an absolute shame if that is the case. That would make sense. Yeah. Trad Moore was the main piece on wherever that was, the Silver Surfer Black. But at the same time, I wasn't a huge fan of the artwork. I recognize that it was good. It was nice. It's the same reason I'm not a huge fan of the Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise one. Well, that does suck if that is the case with him. I hope everything's okay with him though. All right, we're done shit talking on that one for now. We'll come back to it though if we have to in the future. So we're gonna talk about. We're good. We're going to talk about World Tree just a little bit. So the series did come out already. If you've been living under a rock, it came out. If you can see from this first cover, there's a dead body right there. And, there's a bedroom. There's shit going on in this bedroom. The misprint with this one is that basically everything... I knew he was going to bash my Fall Sunrise. I'll read it all at once. That's how I like to do that series. I did the same thing with Silver Surfer Black. I did not like reading it as it came out. So, I thought the first issue was very good. Oh, let me continue. Let me finish that thought. The misprint on this first cover A is basically everything behind her that's off of the bed is all black, and you can't really see anything. It's all darkened. Look it up on eBay, rewatch the stream, go back a little bit. I had it up earlier. But what I will say is that I think James Tynion has a very good first issue on his hands. I think it was fantastic. I love the concept of it. I think what we compare it to, a cyberpunk, or let's just fucking read it. Let's see. 1999, Gabriel and his friends discover the Undernet. So that's like the underground thing that they created, the Undernet, a secret architecture to the internet. They charted their exploration on a message board called the World Tree. Then they lost control. Someone broke into World Tree, someone who welcomed the violent hold the Undernet had on them. A great personal cost. Gabriel and the others thought they sealed the Undernet away for good. They were wrong. And now they will know the meaning of fear. Yeah, it was good. I think... Do I want to say the hype is real? Is it worth spending more than cover price on it? No. There's not many titles out there right now that I can say that I would gladly spend more than cover price on. This isn't one of them. But it was extremely good. And if you're a fan of him, if you're a fan of horror, it's got really good artwork too. Combine all that shit together, you got a really good first issue on your hands. Here's all the other covers. Here is the one that I got. This is cover B. I really like cover B. I didn't care that I missed out on cover A. Boo-hoo for me. And here's some of the other cool ones. Yeah, so here's another thing to really look at. No, I do not want a fist appearance of Spider-Boy. That doesn't sound good. I'll put it that way. It doesn't sound good. But here's another thing to keep in consideration is when you're going after books that I know when people are hyping them up to all hell and they're saying, oh, this book is going to be hot. This book is this. You're going to want this on your radar. You're going to, every time you got someone saying you're going to want this, you're going to need that. I'm not saying go on this website, but just look how many covers they have. Look how many exclusives they have. Look at all these fucking exclusives. Take that into consideration. Think about all of these exclusives. Think about the scarcity of this series. It's not like the original first issue of Something is Killing the Children when it came out, and nobody had it on their pull list. Nobody heard of it. Nobody collected it. And then all of a sudden, it picked up some steam, and people are like, well, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get that book. Well, joke's on you. Everybody said the same damn thing, and now all of a sudden, it sold for a ton of money. As the series progressed, though, they started capitalizing on that. Think about it. What did Something is Killing Children start doing? Second, third, fourth prints. I mean, what does the first issue have? I think 8 or 9 extra prints for it. All those exclusives, all those extra printing exclusive covers. And as we made our way further into the series, some of those later issues have a shitload of exclusives. So that kind of took away from just what Something is Killing Children was too. It's just not... It doesn't have that exclusivity anymore. It's not hard to come by. You can get a copy of it of some sort. A first print cover A, that might be a little bit tougher, but if you really want to read it, you can get your hands on something. This is issue 1. What is this? What are we looking at here? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 37, 38 covers total. 38 total covers for the very first issue. This isn't including the second print. This also isn't including the misprint of cover A when it originally released. So just think about that, guys. You'll be able to get your hands on one of these. Don't spend a lot of money. Let's go back and check some of these out. Tiny was a guest on the off-panel pod last week. I've never listened to that, though, so I might have to go back. What is that on? The off-panel pod. YouTube? Spotify, shit like that. Let me know, because I would like to listen to it. Botanical Comics, AR, everyone first. Oh, dude, what's up? Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So Botanical, when I reviewed that last time, I had to be careful what I showed on screen, because there was a lot of pages that was just straight nudity. So, yeah. I totally get where you're coming from. Can't be the hot new thing when it isn't new anymore. That too, my friend. I'm a first print cover A type of guy. Kaiser, I agree with that. That's usually what I do. 1 million variant covers like Stray Dogs. Dude, Stray Dogs was a joke. We looked that up, I think, last Thursday or last Tuesday whenever we did this video, and there was what? 83 covers for Stray Dogs Dog Days #1. That's a joke. That's a joke. Let's see. Oh, what I missed from Henny. I'll be the one. I'm out. I'll be the one person not buying. Dude, I mean, you can get your hands on it. You can get your hands on it real easy. Even the second prints. But moral of the story, I thought the first issue was really good, and I like seeing that somebody said that he's apparently all in on this series. I like that. So I'm excited to see where he goes with it. It's everywhere. All right, cool. Spotify. It's the best comic book podcast out, in my opinion. Well, what was it called again? I think I lost it. I'll have to go back and look at the comments. I was going to say, oh, there it is. Off-panel pod. All right, I'll just keep that up. All right, Grim, I brought this one up, but like I said, I think I'm a few issues behind on it. If you guys are still reading this series, let me know what you think about it. 7 different covers on it. Who's the person on the right? Probably a new character of some sort. But yeah, I'm not saying I'm upset that I'm a few issues behind, but it's definitely not as good as it was. And think about this one too. This was another series that people were hyping the hell out of in the very beginning. I don't know if there was an error or whatever it was with the first issue, but there was something about the first issue that people were going crazy over, and it's an all-right series at best now from the last few that I've read. That could have been it. Grimm pushes the next Something is Killing the Children. I don't recall. There was something about that first issue that people were really pushing heavily for. And I don't know. I didn't think anything crazy about it. Let's see. I think part of the reasons why they pump out 50 plus covers in new series to take advantage of the mindset. Yeah, they probably. The thing about that, though, Dr. Nesneb, is that at some point somebody's going to come to the realization, and I'm sure more than a lot of people are coming to that realization, thinking, all right, brand new series, it's got 50, 60 covers. It's probably going to be the hot series. It's probably going to be something big, but is it really worth the money? Is it worth all these exclusives? Probably not. Dr. Cosmo, Grimm's probably my favorite series. Try reading it all together. It's better. I believe that. I'm probably going to have to do that. Like I said, I'm a few issues behind, and I feel like the kind of newest arc after everything that happened with the end, I think they called them the end, and when they kind of lost their powers and they were in Vegas, I think that's where I lost a lot of interest in it. I didn't think it was as good. Oh my God. Yeah, Spitzkoff. The case, yeah. Everything going on with Venom at that time, that was rough. Kmart Seamus Carnies. I always think of them as like the people who hype up comics to me are like used car salesmen, where they walk up to you and they are going to say, you could have this beater and you could got a brand new car right next to you, and they're going to talk about those same cars the exact same way. Oh, this one. Yeah, so what if it's got 50,000 miles on? I'll tell you what, man, it runs. It runs real nice. You see that nice color on it? It's a great color too. They're going to hype that thing up until you walk off that lot or you tell them to please leave you alone. Let's see. Oh, that's where it gets good. Ah, damn. Yeah, I gotta start getting those issues back then. Hey, Real Rube, what's up, buddy? Anyone else see up hundreds of Yo, Andrew Ryan Bailey. Yo, my shop had so many Berserker and House of Slaughter issues. They had a shitload. They still have a shitload. My LCS has a box of Berserker on the floor, 25 cents each. 25 cents per book, and they're not selling. I'm sure they're probably selling a little bit, but they're not moving. That's funny. Now, I'll tell you what, though. This is an underrated as hell series, in my opinion. What's the furthest place from here? I truly love this series. I'm going to be straight up real with you. I remember talking about it. I was not a fan of this when it originally came out. I kept saying it's a unique story. I'm not sure how I feel about the way the layout is of the series, though, where every few pages was a brand new chapter. I kept getting really frustrated about that because it's like they developed an idea or they developed like some concept over the course of a couple pages, and then it's like, bang. They did that and they moved on to something new, and then they build that up, but they don't show it actually happening for the most part. And then bang, a couple more pages. And it's like the first book I think they had a bunch of different chapters in it. I just did not like that at all. Second issue was kind of the same way. Third issue, I think it was the third issue though, that really sold me. And something major happened in either that one or the fourth one. Nah, I'm hooked. This series is awesome. I really recommend checking this one out. They still kind of do that chapter thing every once in a while. Not nearly as bad, but it's a bomb-ass series. It's really good. Let me scoot on to the next one, The Ambassadors. I can't really talk about this one too much because I missed out on the second issue, but that first one, I think I gave it number 1 on that week's top 10 list when I was still doing those. It's a prime issue. It's real good. Let me go. No, Dynamite, I'm not. Nah, I put it in the past. I put it behind me. We don't need to talk about Berserker like that anymore, even though it was a terrible series. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. I also love it. Reminds me of Love and Rockets too. Oh, I heard that's a really good one from Fantagraphics Books. Takes the first full issue or two. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It really took me a little bit to get into it. I kept saying like, I would. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it that way. I want them to develop it more, but I stuck with it and I loved what they did, and I wouldn't change anything at this point. That's why I don't write comics. I don't know. They know what they're doing for the most part. Hey, Luis, what's up, buddy? If I owned my own shop, what is something you would implement that they are not doing? That's a hell of a question, man. Let me think about that. We're going to move on. we're gonna move on, and I'm gonna think about that. Hot mustard gas. I have one issue that's got the vinyl. I got it on eBay, and I don't remember what I spent on it, but I didn't open it. I have it, and next stream, maybe Thursday, I'll see if I can find it. It's somewhere in my basement. I'll bring it up, and I'll show you guys. Owner gets a free copy of every comic. Yeah, dude, it's literally like a record, like an actual record. You're supposed to listen to it as you read it. On the Millar World YouTube. Oh man, I didn't even know about that either. I don't follow a lot of comic book like YouTubers or shit like that. I should. There's a lot of really good stuff out there. A lot of good content. Next up, Philadelphia. Philadelphia is the shit. I love it. And this is going to be the end of the arc too. They have just, the way this series has just, I don't even know where to go with it. How it started to where it's at is crazy. I didn't think they were going to be able to hit even 30 issues of this series. I knew they could continue on with it, but man, they have went in every single other direction than where it kind of originally started. We got all of these vampire presidents. We've got other demons. We've got angels. We've got so many. There's monsters. We got a lot of shit going on in this series. It is so good. If I owned a comic shop, I'd put a bike rack in the front and say, kids, if you ride your bike to the shop, you get a free $1 comic. Oh, that's cool. They get exercise and a free book. But at this point, hardcover, trade paperbacks, don't be looking for the earlier issues. I think some of them are actually a little pricey. Not super pricey, but they're not cover price anymore. Local Man, I only brought this one up because I heard a lot of people really like this series. I sadly am not reading it, although I wish I was. Plush, another series finale. I'm not going to be getting too into it. It's literally, I mean, look at this. It's finale time. Rednecks versus cannibalistic serial killing furries. That's the series. That's it right there. That's all you need to know about this series. The artwork is basically the exact same artwork that's on the front. Well, cover A at least. It looks just like that. It's very cartoonish, very bright, very vibrant. I love it. It's a great series. Let's see. I'm still thinking about that, though. If I owned my own comic shop, what would I do? That's a tough one. I personally really like the way my shop operates. It does suck that they aren't too big into New Comic Book Day anymore, but that's why I said I like how they operate because they know what they're doing. They saw that New Comic Book Day just wasn't financially it anymore, so they cut back. And now instead of losing money, they're basically making the exact same money on New Comic Book Day. So, props to them. Can't wait for Plush to finally finish so I can get the trade. What K-Bar just said, that's the best way to do it. The trade is the absolute best way. All right, Kea. I stopped reading Kea, not because it was a bad series, but because my shop didn't get that issue. And I haven't gone back to find any of the ones I've missed out on, but this is the start of a new arc. I liked what I read from Kea. I'm going to be real. I liked what I read. I liked the artwork. I liked the concept of the story. It seemed like they were doing a good job building the world, and there was a lot of stuff going on in that world. A lot of different groups, different little monsters. I think they were like these lizard monsters that they came across. But there was a lot of story that we didn't know just yet. But I'm one day going to, well, I say that now. One day I'm hopefully going to go back and get those issues. Let's see. My comic shop is more into TCG and role-playing gaming. My shop has, I don't think they're not nearly as big as they were, but they had a back area that they used to basically entirely do game nights. Now they have a couple tables in the front, mainly because of COVID and all that shit. When that all went down, they closed off the back. They turned it into a lot of desks, a lot of shipping, a lot of stuff like that. So, I mean, they kill it. They do a great job. They're an awesome shop. Local man made crap open in 90s image short box and reread stuff. Oh, man. So it's that good? I might have to go back for that one too. But speaking of going back, you guys should find the first issue of Indigo Children because this was a great first issue. I don't remember where I put it on that week's top 10 list. I think it was either number 2 or number 3. It came out the same week as Ambassadors number 1. This is another really good one. I don't really want to spoil anything for this series for you guys. Only if it was like 5 issues deep, yeah, I'd talk about some stuff that happened. But man, the first one, it's a really good concept. Oh, and the cool ass cover. This is a Martin Simmons variant. What is this one? 1 in 10. What is this one? 1 in 15. If I see this at my shop, this is going to be one of the very few incentives I ever buy. I would buy this cover. Let's see if I don't think. See, the problem is I don't think I would do that. As much as it kills me to say it, there are a lot of indie publishers where I probably wouldn't get those books. I probably wouldn't order them. If it's a number 1, that's a whole different story. If it's I would probably buy. So I'll probably continue this conversation throughout the rest of the stream. But I'll probably, if I ran a shop as far as New Comic Book Day goes, if it's a brand new series, I'd probably buy every single brand new series. Doesn't matter what the publisher is. If it's brand new, I'd probably buy at least 2 or 3 copies of it and go from there. Neighbors, I don't think I'm going to continue on with this series. I didn't think it was very good. I didn't think it was bad. If I remember the way that I reviewed it, I said it had an interesting plot. I think it was kind of, someone said it was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And I really like, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I always say monsters, aliens, all that shit. Big fan of it. And this has that concept, this kind of concept going on, but the rest of the book, I just didn't really give a shit about it. It just really wasn't that good to me. The guys from Comics Elite were hard on Indigo Children this week. Damn. Well, everyone always says they're hard on fucking everything. They always say they always complain about the books. I haven't watched one of their videos yet, but based on the comments from this chat, a lot of people always say, "Oh yeah, they're usually pretty negative on New Comic Book Day." Dead Romans, I'm gonna tell you straight up, guys. My thoughts on this first issue. I liked it because of the artwork. I didn't think the story was that great. They didn't really develop anything. It kind of felt scattered. It was a little all over the place. But the artwork was the best part about this issue. I actually flipped a couple pages just looking at the artwork before I went back to reread what was actually on the pages because, like I said, the story wasn't that good. Deep Cuts, we got a brand new one. Ooh, Kyle Higgins. Ooh, might have to pick that one up. In the city's bustling red light district, young clarinet player lands a job with his hero, but will soon discover there's more music business than playing the right notes. Join writers Kyle Higgins and Joe Clark, an all-star cast of artists, for 6 double-length issues that weave stories of struggle, joy, and hope through the history of jazz. That's probably pretty cool. Charles Art and stuff. What's up, bud? Yeah, that's probably pretty cool. I don't know about $6. I know it's only like an extra $1. Well, $2? Extra $2, but if it's double the well, I'm trying to reread this again. I'm sorry. Double length issues. We'll see how it goes. Not a jazz fan, maybe I'll check out the trade. We'll see how it goes. I passed on Deep Cuts. I'll take a peek at it. I'll see what the artwork looks like. $6 price tag is usually a turnoff. Hold on. All right, hold on. Simmons, one of my few artists. I'll go out of my way to grab a variant. I feel that. I really feel that. Martin Simmons and also Andrea Sorrentino. 100%. Derp Cuts. Let's see. They do top 6 or top 8. They still complain in the top 10. That sucks. Torrent. I'm gonna be a little bit hard. I'm gonna be a little harder on Torrent. I read the first 2 issues. They were borderline the exact same 2 issues. It seemed like the first issue had a really good setup. We got backstory, we got who our main character was, we saw the family, and then all of a sudden, all the major shit happened, and that's what was leading into the series. But the second issue was basically nonstop, just like the first one. And I really wasn't a fan of that because everything that they built in that first one all happened in the second one. So if they keep rushing everything like that, I don't know. I'm probably going to try out this third issue. But now if this third issue is just like the first two, it's not, to me, a good series to read as single issues. It'll probably be way better read as a trade paperback. It's like Ice Cream Man, but jazz. I wish it was like Ice Cream Man. Man, imagine if it was like a horror series. I would love that. Oh, man, Charles Art and stuff. Thanks so much for the donation, man. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Let's see. And then the last one, Behold Behemoth number 5. I'm only bringing this one up because it is the series finale. So if you're reading this one, just make sure you check it out. I read the first issue. It seemed okay. Probably better. And that's the off-panel pod. So that's everything from those publishers. Let's see. Moving on to, we'll do IDW, wherever the hell Dynamite is, and then wherever the hell Dark Horse is. Oh, there she is. Light weeks from all of them. No worries, just a little thing from one of my... Man, that really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much, buddy. And did you say earlier that's the first time you tuned into a live stream too? Because that's awesome as well. It's really cool to see in a live stream. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. That'd be a lot like a first arc of Nita Hawes. Nita Hawes is another really good one. Oh, yeah, Kayla, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the news. So enjoy that news, and I'll see you if you pop in before 7, because I'm probably going to wrap this up around then. Let's see. TMNT. There's a lot. If this is the TMNT week, yeah, there's a lot of TMNT coming your way. So TMNT 139. Is anyone actually like consistently reading the ongoing? I've got hardcovers in the back. Hardcovers up to volume 8, and I know volume 8 probably is only pushing around 80 to 85 issues. So I'm quite behind, but I heard the ongoing's not really that good anymore. I'm bringing up the Blue Book. And that's all I'm going to be getting from these publishers. Yep, loyal TMNT reader. How is it, though, Dr. Cosmo? Yeah, if it's horror jazz, I'd be about it. Let's see. My kid likes TMNT. Love the Turtles. I think they have... All right, that's cool, man. I'm glad everyone seems to be enjoying it. That's awesome. I got a little hesitant to continue on with the hardcovers I got back there. I mean, I'm going to get all of the hardcovers because it's going to look sweet on the shelf. Oh, shit. It's not very good, but I love it. That's what I keep hearing. I just keep hearing it's not very good. I heard Jenica has, like, actual powers now, and they went into space, some other crazy cosmic shit. They said it's, like, bonkers anymore, and it's just not that good. It hasn't been good since, like, the early 100s. Yeah, that basically confirms what I just said. It wasn't good from, like, 100 to 120, but it's been a lot better. All right, that's good. Looks greater than content. No, I think that the Armageddon games is still going on. Is that, well, actually, let me bring that one up real quick. I'm pretty positive the Armageddon games is either still going on or it's just wrapping up. Yeah, if that's what the band is, the Armageddon game. Oh, you can't, there we go. They still at least have it on this. Cool covers, though. But I want to bring up The Last Ronin. I'm a big fan of this series so far. I think they've done a good job with it. I like how it's not... Well, it's technically a sequel. We were talking about this earlier, so I'm not going to stick with it. It's technically a sequel, but it's actually a prequel to the first volume. Because this one it's called The Lost Years. This is the, you know... I appreciate that, KO, man. Thank you. It's... Like I said, I think, is it Michelangelo? Yeah, Michelangelo's quest for vengeance. This is all of the years in between everything that happened, and then that leads to everything that happened in Volume 1. So great series so far. These covers are awesome. Look at this one. One of the little baby turtles. That's a cool cover. The Eastman ones are always good. Oh man, wow! Why do I like these like childish baby ones? I like how they have the little negative like the little negative action going on there. Dope stuff. Dope stuff. Blue Book. This is what we were talking about earlier with James Tynion. It's kind of a miss. I don't know. It's okay. The second issue was, I'll say this though, second issue was way, way, way better than the first one. Way better. Hot Mustard Gas. Bud, I want to get into TMNT. Where do I start? If you're talking about the modern stuff, I'd say issue number 1, you got a long way to go, my friend. But if you're looking into just getting into some TMNT, I like the TMNT Last Ronin. I think it's pretty good. What I would recommend though is try to find something with all of the original books in it, and I would go from there. I recently scored 100 copies. Holy shit! Of TMNT Last Ronin 5, 4 new Turtles cameo. Wow. Well, I hope the best for you on that one. I'm so disappointed with Blue Book. Totally off my list. Well, it's only a few issues. That's the thing. I don't know if it's 3 issues or 5 issues, but I'm going to keep going with it. The second one was way better than the first one, but the first one was not good. The first one was boring as hell. Hey, Pedro, what's good, man? Get the artisan edition of issue 1. Usagi is good. Usagi, I've got... Where the hell is Usagi? It's the same thing. I tell you what, every time I look for a book, I don't know where the hell the book is. Oh wait, no, I did the same. I did the same shit last week. I pulled out the Usagi book. It's sitting in the same spot. I got volume 1 from the Dark Horse Usagi, and I haven't read it yet. But that is everything from those 3 publishers that I'm going to be covering today. Yeah, just want to make sure. Actually, is this a series finale? Vampire Strikes? No. All right, we're good. Every time, man. I feel like every time I want to find a book, it is directly behind me, and I just look immediately to the right, like, all right, it's not there. Shit ain't over there either. And I just don't know. But it's like 9 out of 10 times directly behind me. Let's see. DC's having a little bit lighter of a week. Let's see. Brand new Green Arrow. I might actually pick that one up. Ooh. No, probably not. We'll see. Oh, I take that back. I'll probably read it digitally. That's how I read a lot of my DC stuff. I just read it digitally. Tim Drake Robin. I don't think any... Actually, this is a series finale. I think that's something new. Riddler. Not a lot of stuff. Well, we're going to cover this one first. Brand new series from DC. Dawn of DC, Green Arrow #1. Joshua Williamson's writing this one. So I'm going to be straight up real with you guys. You already know I don't read a lot of DC. My knowledge on DC characters it's just not there. I'm not a good reference for DC. I don't have good opinions on DC. I can tell you as kind of an outsider looking in what I have liked, what I have enjoyed. A series I thought had good artwork with a good story. I've read more DC Vertigo and DC Black Label. But DC ongoings, I just have not kept up with anything. The miniseries from DC are the best in my opinion. Hey, Pedro. My days for live streams, I do Tuesday and I do Thursday. Tuesday is this video. Thursday is the reviews, and I do the tier maker list, all that crazy crap. Friday is what I've been doing for the kind of hangout news kind of live stream. I've been debating on changing it to Monday, and I didn't do one Friday or Monday. I had a very busy weekend. I was banking on doing one Monday, and I didn't have anything set up in time, and I didn't want to half-ass it for you guys. At 5 o'clock EST is what time it's always going to be. What I will tell you is if I could live stream every day, I would for you guys. I love live streaming. It is the best. I got some decent covers here too. Nakayama always knocks it out the park. You get that? Nakayama always knocks it out the park. I'm sorry, guys. I had to get that one out the way. Let's see. Best thing at DC is the Batman. Oh, man, I keep hearing only positive things. I only hear positive things about that one. I'm a rapper now. We were talking about Eminem earlier. It's like, what was that? The final Infinity Gem. It's just like it's all coursing through me. I'm officially a rapper. No, I'm not. Although I wouldn't be surprised if I did come up with some crazy sick lyrics and beats. It'd be on par with the garbage that comes out today. So let's see. Andrew Ryan Bailey. Have you read Human Target? That I have not read. Was that Tom Taylor? Pretty sure. That was a hardcover. That was a book I was going to read in a hardcover. I feel like I'm in the same boat as you with DC. So anything I have continuity is just an obscure cast. DC characters, nice. Yeah, totally feel you. KO, I know you've been the one that's been hyping up the Green Arrow. And like I said, it's Joshua Williamson. I really like Dark Ride from him. I think he's writing something else too that I'm a big fan of. So while I don't know shit about that character, I like his writing. And I brought up Blue Beetle. It is the series finale for this one, so be on the lookout for it. I brought this one up for whatever reason. I thought there was something in here. Plus a new era. All right, so it's a part one of one of these fucking stories. Engineer of Tomorrow. It always throws me off when they do this crap. I don't know. Hey, Black Box Comics in the house. What's up, man? I feel bad. I haven't read the books yet. Oh, I tell you what though, I'm really excited though. We were talking about it on the stream. I'm so pumped to start reading those books. I had a busy ass weekend. But one of these nights I'm going to sit down. I'm just going to try to read them all at once. I'm pretty excited. There's a lot in there that I really wanted to read for a while now. All right, that's it for DC. Besides Riddler Year 1, everyone hypes up this one too. Covers are always sweet. Is this Andres? No, this ain't Sorrentino. Damn. Down goes a light. These lights are so cheap. Swear to God. Oh, Dream Master 5. That's coming out, I think, next week, right? Human Target was awful. That's not good. Well, what I'm going to do, Hot Mustard Gas, is because Black Box Comics hooked me up with all those books. When I'm done reading them and kind of giving you my opinions on all of them, I'm going to do a giveaway for you guys as well. So take that for what it is. No matter what, somebody's going to be getting free comics. That's what I thought. I thought it was next week. And now let us wrap this up with Marvel Comics. I might get that Magnolia cover on the Riddler. We want Volume 2. All right. So, Daredevil. We're going to bring up all these ones. Right down the list. Right down. Holy shit, this ain't good. I already thought this was going to be a big week for me. I got to bring this one up too. Not because I'm reading it, but because that's a brand new one. Holy crap. Strange Academy. Holy crap. This is going to be a huge week. I was feeling really confident in this week. Like, I kept thinking, okay, it's going to be a little bit bigger of a week, but it won't be huge on the wallet. Well, I guess I mixed up my Marvel weeks. Volume 2 and 3 in the works. That's what I like. That's awesome. That's awesome to hear, man. You guys heard it. Volume 2 and Volume 3 is in the works for I'm guessing I saw a few people mentioning series, but I can only assume it's Dream Master. Oh yeah, Coin Collector. That's like I said, they hooked me up. It's only right that I get to read those. I get to read them, and then I hook one of you up. It's only fair. So Daredevil, Eastman variant. Ooh, Daredevil's been fun. I'm still a little salty that they're going to be doing another new Daredevil series. I think over summer they're going to be ending this one, starting fresh again. Whatever. Mr. Negative, did you see a Strange Academy Miles Morales book coming? I did not see that. KO, I totally agree. Dawn of DC is for people like me. I've been waiting for a while for them to kind of do like a reboot of some sort. That's why I hopped on to Superman. I've been enjoying that. I didn't read the other kind of Superman ones they came out with, but like I said, I'll most likely give that one a try, but I'm just going to read it digitally. Thor, issue number 33. The series just is not doing it for me anymore. I'd be cool if it just ended. I really would. I've held on to hope that they were going to do something. I see Lhasa standing there with Mjolnir but I want to know what's going on with Thanos. I want to know what's going on with that Infinity Hammer. I want to know all of this crap. And they have just been avoiding it like the god-forsaken plague. They need to do something with it. I'm losing hope on this series. They happened in the very beginning, and all of a sudden it's just, oh, yeah, we're gonna do everything else under the sun other than that. Comics Elite says the worst week for Marvel in 5 years. All right. I get that they probably mean that the books are garbage. And I mean, looking at this list, I mean, all right, so we're going to look at it. We're going to go back and actually talk about them. But Daredevil's good. Thor isn't that good. Hulk is abysmal. I didn't like the first issue of Doctor Strange, the Invincible Iron Man, after they released kind of all the info behind the mystery. I'm not as excited to see where they go with the series. I like Deadpool, though, but I can see why someone might not like it. Venom Lethal Protector is a solid read. Strange Academy Finals, while I absolutely love Strange Academy, I don't think Finals has been that good. It feels kind of rushed. I will get to it in a minute. Hulk. All right. If we've got any Hulk fans in the house, I want to know why you like the Hulk. I think the series is terrible. I really do. I don't think there's anything good about it. I like Ryan Otley's artwork. I will say that. I don't think the story's good. I wanted to say I don't think it's well written, but I don't think that's the case. I think the writing is fine. I think it's the story itself that just isn't good. I don't like the plot. What I do love is the Alex Ross timeless covers, though. That's dope. Deadpool. No, I'm a Hulk fan, but it went from good to bad. I at least... So, as much shit as I talk on that series, I at least respect them taking a shot, just trying something completely fresh, something completely new. And people were hooked in the beginning. People were like, okay, this is cool. Let's see what happens. And we saw what happened. It wasn't good. Deadpool, though, was it Valentine's Day? Love is in the air as Deadpool takes his new romance Valentine out of town. Unfortunately, bullets, blades, and explosive devices are also in the air. The way that you have to kind of look at this Deadpool series is that it's just action. There is a plot, kind of, but every issue has just been nonstop action. That's the way you go into it. You see him drop these one-liners. You see him shoot off the zingers. You know, that's what he's doing. He's Deadpool. And I think that's why they did it. I think that's why Alyssa Wong's done a good job with it so far. Comics Elite picked Ambassadors as the favorite. Awesome. I'm excited to read that. Well, I got to read the second issue still, but I'm excited. Izzyverse, what's up, buddy? Yeah, the beginning was interesting, and then, yep, we all saw what happened. Oh, man, Black Box Comics dropping all the info today. That's awesome. Doctor Strange. I'm probably good for, like, one more issue on this one. Personally... I don't know. I'm not the biggest Doctor Strange fan to begin with. I'm just not. It is what it is. Cover art. I picked up the first one for the Alex Ross cover. I really like Jed MacKay too as a writer, so that kind of plays into it just a little bit. But the artist, it's the same artist that was on Namor the Submariner Conquered Shores. I didn't like that artwork. And the same thing, I did not like the artwork in the first issue of this either. So we'll see how the second issue goes as far as writing. I kind of just got done talking about this one, where we learned everything in the last issue, and this is the end of the arc too. So that's why I said I'm interested to see where they set it up. I'm interested to see where they go with it. But if it doesn't seem like it's going in a good direction, I'm not sure I'm going to be continuing on with this series either. Who's writing it? Jerry Dugan, though. I do like him as a writer. Let's see. There's a new Hulk series coming. Oh, dude, that one's going to be really good. That one's going to be really good. Philip Kennedy Johnson, and I believe it's Nick Klein on the art. And they said they're going back to like the horror. Hell on the Hulk for so long. I wanted to like. I never wanted to listen to you. I was delusional. It was dumb. The artwork was cool. Yeah, it just. I don't know. Every time I read an issue, it was just like, what the hell did I just read? It's stupid. It was aiming for. It didn't. So the way I look at these comics, and this is why I really like I really like, like crime ones. I like horror. I like these comics that when you read this story, it's making you think. It makes you feel invested in these characters. It makes you feel like you didn't waste your time reading a book. And that's why I have such a hard time continuing on with a lot of Marvel series and a lot of even DC ones, because it's all cookie cutter at this point. And I admit it's probably very tough to make a superhero comic that's different from something that's been done for 60 years for some of these characters, if not even longer. So I get that it's going to be very tough to do some of this stuff. But when you sit through it and the artwork just isn't that great, the storytelling's not that great, and then the stuff that's going on in the series itself just really is subpar, why continue on? Because you like that character? I would rather put my money in something that I may not have ever heard of, because maybe it turns out to be a great series. I like to feel like I get my money's worth, and a lot of times with Marvel, I just don't. And speaking of, Mary Jane and Black Cat, I don't know who the hell's reading this series, but it says your new favorite comic book... Your new favorite comic book reaches the climactic conclusion of its first arc. Not only is it your favorite comic book out there, but there's going to be another arc. Who's reading this? I don't know anybody reading this. So, I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I don't know a single person reading it. It is Jed MacKay, too. And like I said, Jed MacKay is a very good writer. He's doing a great job on Moon Knight right now. Let's see. A Dream Master metal or foil cover would be so cool. Oh, and they responded. They do have a metal and a foil. That's awesome. It felt very rushed at the end of the series. I'm guessing that's for Hulk. Yeah. They had to rush it. I think we're all reading Mary Jane and Black Cat. Yeah, I think everyone's getting the covers. I don't think anyone's reading it. See, I always thought I'd like Detective Comics, but it's always very intimidating, which is funny because I always talk shit on Marvel when they just restart a series. But when you see something that's got like 1,053 issues, it's intimidating because where do you really jump? And I know the ROM V is where the smart jump on was. But I would like to just get a hardcover of, I don't know, say ROM V Detective Comics or trade paperbacks of that and go from there. And I'm sure people out there can agree with that. You see that number and you're like, oh, should I really start? What did I all miss? Where's the real good jump on point? And then are they going to be kind of talking about a lot of stuff that happened in the past? That's stuff I think about too when I jump into a series that's not a number one. And DC does that a lot. Hey, I'm missing out. There's a lot of action in my copy of MJ and Black. All right, cool. So AR Detective Comics has a new arc every 3 to 5 issues. Very new reader friendly. Well, I've read the first 2 issues. I read the first 2 issues of Detective Comics with Rom V, and I did really like it. I can honestly say it was great. But also, Rom V's a fucking killer writer. He does a great job on that type of stuff. Izzy, I am with you though. As like, I don't know. I am with you. I do like legacy numbering. Makes it better for the people who have been continuing on. But I do like when Marvel, I don't know if they, well, probably not with this one, but maybe they did. Yeah, legacy. So they do put legacy underneath. It just pains me that they start renumbering like every 10 or 15 issues so they could get a new number 1 on there. But I just wanted to bring this one up real quickly. It's just another one of those black, white, and red series, but it's Darth Vader, and I feel like this is the first Star Wars black, white, and red one we've had. So Star Wars fans, and it's written by Jason Aaron. All right, well, actually, there's quite a few. You got Jason Aaron, Torrin Grönbeck, and Peach Momoko in one of these stories. That actually is probably going to be pretty solid. Oh, Henny, don't. When Marvel does that, that's up there. When you get me on a tangent with Berserker, or Berserker, yeah, Berserker. I mix them up all the time. When I get on a tangent with Berserker, that is the problem I have with Marvel right there. When you have a number 1 and then another number 1, that's actually should be number 2, but for whatever reason you decide to call it a number 1 again. Oh my God. And then when you're reading the description of it, it says number 1 and then it says the conclusion. The conclusion in a number 1? No. You guys just screwed over readers by keep calling them number 1s. Like the Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur one is, that one and the Murder World are the ones that I think of the most. It's ridiculous that they do that. Strange Academy, the end of an era, the conclusion to the story that will change the face of magic is here. So much has happened in the last few issues. So much has happened, and so little has also happened. We don't dare spoil it. I'll tell you what. I love Strange Academy. No doubt in my mind, it's my favorite ongoing from Marvel. Strange Academy Finals feels like a letdown, though. It really does. I think like the first couple of issues were okay, but it feels so insanely rushed to me. So you're going to tell me that the first 15 issues were all sunshine and fucking happiness, and then all of a sudden, everything that happened with the fallout of the Strange Academy that led to Strange Academy Finals, we've got Emily Bright, who is building this army, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, we got Dormammu, we got everybody's coming, and now we're at the Academy, and we're just going to have this final showdown in one issue. It's too rushed. I don't know why they want it over with for whatever reason, or what the deal is, but they shouldn't be ending it. They should be continuing on with this series. Number ones are the biggest sellers of any series. That is an absolute fact. Real quick with this one, I think this has been a really solid series in my opinion. The Venom Lethal Protector stuff has been arguably way better than the actual Venom series written by Al Ewing at this point. That series is garbage too, in my opinion. This one, though, this has been great. Well, this as in Volume 1 and then continued into Volume 2, Issue number 1. I think they've done a great job on all of that so far. It's very fun. I see some comments about, oh wait, John, oh man, I didn't even see you pop in before, but man, have a good night, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so they can get a new Strange Academy number 1 in September. That hurts. But yeah, if you're a fan of Marvel and you are just, or not a fan of Marvel, if you're a fan of Venom and you're just really, is this Volume 3? No, Volume 2 issue. Oh, I gotcha. The OG Venom Lethal Protector. Hey, man, that doesn't count. This is modern Marvel. They forgot all about that shit that happened back in the day. None of that counts anymore. None of that matters. None of it's in continuity anymore. They don't care about the past. They only care about the now. But yeah, 100% way better. If you guys were itching for a good Venom series, like even it's good, but a decent Venom series, this one is going to blow your expectations away. It's very good. Covers are cool. I thought there'd be maybe a Timeless. And Alien, can't stick with this one too long, but you know, Alien, they've done I think 3 volumes of it now. We got another number 1 now with the 20th Century Fox logo just chilling in the corner. New era of Alien starts here until we're 5 issues deep and they do another arc with a new volume, whole new characters. I'm kidding. I hope they don't do that, but either way, all this Alien shit's been really good. They've killed it on Alien, Predator. I'm sure Planet of the Apes was a great first issue. Alien was a skip on Comics Elite. That sucks. Because she's so thick. Pastor of Muppets. That's a funny name. I like that one. The face hugger variant. I was actually just looking at that. Nah, I like these ones a lot. I think the series has been good. Obviously, the 1/100 is solid. But yeah. I think they've done a great job on it so far. I get the hate where it's like, oh, they're just restarting it once again. They did it with Predator. They did it with Alien. It is really annoying. I wish they would just continue on with it and just like, they did 15. So the problem I had with the Alien series, they did 15 issues, I think. I think what they did was 15 issues. And then they started fresh with a number 1. But those 15 issues had different volumes in it with different characters. And then I think that, like I said, I think they started fresh with a number 1. And now they're starting fresh again with another number 1. So I don't like how they've handled the Alien series. But I think the content of it has been very good. This one has 1 issue to pull me in before drop. I kind of think I'm going to be in agreement with that. And that's mainly because I hate the numbering that they've done with the Alien series. I didn't pick up the Predator one either for that same reason. Because they're just restarting it constantly. And I know that they are going to do an omnibus of it at some point. So I would much rather just get that. This one, I don't know if this is an actual new series. Guardians of the Galaxy Bane of Blastar. It's probably just a 5-issue miniseries. But what is this? The third Guardians book of the month, of the 2 months. We got a lot of Guardians. Obviously, they're gearing us up for the movie. And then that is the... if there's anything else you guys want to talk about in here, if not, that is a wrap. No other new series. We'll take a quick peek. Oh, shit, I missed this one. Sins of Sinister Dominion. Sins of Sinister tie-in. If you guys are reading any of that. Oh, look at the timeless variant. Damn. I was looking sweet. Guardians of the Galaxy. I ended up not picking it up. I was going to say, I think it's just a 1-shot or a 5-issue miniseries. I'll look it up really quick. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I think it is just a 1-shot. Although usually 1-shots with that stuff are oversized, and this one only had 28 pages, so I'm not 100% sure on that. Let's see. Figure drawing. What's up, buddy? I haven't seen you in a minute. It's pretty good, but not this week's. Gotcha. But that is a wrap on all the new Oh, hey, Clobbering Time. Heard that one's pretty good. I'll bring it up real quick. I think the first issue was with the Hulk. I think they're doing kind of like, not like a 1-shot thing with this series. But the first one I think was the Hulk, and now this one has Wolverine. Yeah, while he teams up with Wolverine and confronted. I think every issue is going to have like a different team up. I like the Romero variant too. Kind of like how it's, it's a little blurry right there in the front, indicating that he's like hitting it towards you. And there we go. Hey, Ideal City, go have a good night, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. But speaking of that, where we go? All right, there we go. That's a wrap on all new books, everybody. Thank you all so much. That was a ton of fun. It's going to be a hell of a week. Marvel's about to kill the wallet. Image is about to kill the wallet. Hopefully I can grab everything. And yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Had a lot of fun talking with these books with you guys. Chat, as always, you were very lively. I wouldn't do this stream without you guys. I love talking these comics. It was a lot of fun. I see Chell's art and stuff, and a few other people that tuned in for the first time today. Thank you so much. I'm happy. I hope you guys had a good time hanging out, talking. John, Pedro, Izzy, Dr. Henny, I can't say everybody's name, Dynamite, Andrew. Thank you all so much. Guys, thank you for the donations. Thank you for talking comics with me. Stay tuned. Hope you guys are able to get all of your books tomorrow. I got my Discord pinned to the top. We have a lot of fun. I think we're almost up to 40 people in the Discord. We talk a lot of comics. We talk some other cool shit as well. And yeah, thanks again, everybody. We'll see you Thursday for the reviews. Oh, and real quick, tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. or 5. I'm losing track of time now. 6 p.m. EST, I'm going to be hanging out with the EXP guys. All of their links are down below in the description. It's for their comics and collectibles stream. They're going to be having cover art on there. They've got slabs. They've got other key books. They've got new variants. They've got a lot of stuff on there. We talk comics, but it's also a sales show as well. So keep that in mind. And yeah, thanks again, everybody. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe. Have a good new comic book day.